loved when a critic would introduce me to a filmmaker or a movie I would not have known about or had seen if I'd not seen their review. And I think critics have lost sight of that. And there clearly is an agenda. And a lot of it is take down heroes, right? And Michael Jackson is a hero to so many people. He's so beloved across the spectrum. I love when in the movie when he said, I don't want to do any interviews. I want to be mysterious. I want to there were just so many things about his creative development, but here's a battle that is forming. And I want to see what you guys think of this. Influencers were brought to CinemaCon, which is now becoming the new San Diego Comic-Con, based on like every panel is a Hall H spectacle. But they brought in people from TikTok, other influencers, to be there and cheer and give their positive response. Here, I just happened to see this. Look at this. This is from Leave Herd Alone. Influencers should go ahead and read it, Badger.
Sure. Influencers shouldn't be allowed at CinemaCon because they are not held to journalistic ethical standards. Quite frankly, neither should half the journalists who work for a PR funnel press outlet. A lot of publications these days, like Variety and the New York Post, aren't journalistic either. They're just paid for advertising. That's bad. The fact a studio or film or actor can literally buy an influencer and tell them what to say or seed a story that will be published verbatim in Variety is bad.
What do y'all think
true.
of that?
I completely agree with that. I think on both sides it's messed up, man. I think look, man, we unfortunately in this YouTube space that we're all in, we've all had to deal with the shills, right? So we can't stand that. But then again, Variety is not really a quality magazine either, right? And that seems to be like the Hollywood go-to for some reason. So, and look, if these are your choices, either Variety or the influencers, then they're fucked either way, right? Like I think that at this point, who do you invite then?
Well,
right.
My point.
That's what I was saying earlier. You're going to invite the people that can actually move the needle for your movie. Influencers are more influential, I guess, to most people. Most people do not follow critics. But they'll follow somebody on TikTok, on IG, on X or whatever. They'll follow those guys because those guys, they rock with their same sensibilities. Oh, he thinks like I think, oh, I like his videos. They're funny. They're interested. And so you bring that person to CinemaCon and you have them give this, speech. Oh man, I love the presentation for, the Mando and Grogu movie or DC or whatever. And now all of a sudden that builds some hype and momentum for the film that wasn't there before.
But the problem is the influencers that they're inviting aren't people like us. They're shills.
Right.
Right.
Right. Yeah, we wouldn't go. Look, we wouldn't do that. We wouldn't go and we're going to go and give our real opinions.
Right. And that's why we won't get invited.
Yeah,
and that's why
they got to invite people they can control that still have influence. So they're all paid shills. Don't get it twisted. Regardless of whether it's the critics or the influencers, they're all paid shills, but the influencers are taking over. That's what I was saying before. The influencers have more influences over the mainstream audiences because the critics can no longer be trusted.
Well, here's who you invite. You invite theater owners to CinemaCon. Because that's what this whole convention is for. It's for theater owners to plus up their theaters and to get excited about what the studios have to offer. And I feel like that if they're going to be inviting influencers, you're going to lose the whole point of the convention itself. And it will become a San Diego Comic-Con rather than what it really is. And that's for theater owners.
Well, but anyone can buy a ticket, right? To go.
Yeah. $1,400 though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I don't think that they should exclude anyone because I think everyone should go, and we'll have that. There'll be obviously there'll be the shills, and I think we'll know who's who, and then the ones that will be more honest, especially if they're paying their own way. And I think I think they'll know to distinguish who's who in that.
But Disney's paying for these guys. Is that the case? Disney paid for these people to show up, gave them the hotel rooms and the tickets and all that. So yeah, that's different.
So,
Yeah,
so
no,
then
my-
they become like inauthentic, right? I think like influencers grow because of the authenticity, and people just like attach themselves
Exactly.
to an influencer because, you know, they like them, they're real, they're just like you, right? Like they're just an everyday person. But when they start like getting invited and start getting paid, then they're like paid influencers. The attitude completely changes, and you start losing the trust in your audience. Especially if you stop being authentic and are just like loving everything. And right now that's happening on TikTok, where a lot of influencers are just completely losing their audiences because of that inauthenticity and the distrust with their audience. Once that's gone, that's gone. And yeah, Coachella influencers are the worst.
Well,
like I've been seeing the fall of
here-
influencers.
Well,
What
we all can
let's
see
watch
like
this.
Get ready with
Um,
us for Coachella Day 3. And to be extra productive, so we went on Facebook Marketplace and got a few extra passes.
You guys, we are physically exhausted.
No one talks about like the physical strain you go through.
And like the toll on your body. Is that a douche? Going in with the Elf Tart Semen Spray. Other thing that's been really getting on my nerves is people are complaining about the food prices, but we don't have to pay for food because we're here on a brand trip.
Literally, it's like, stop complaining. It's like, are you gonna whine and cry about it? Or are you gonna enjoy the festival? Turns out my Camp Poosh badge wasn't even real.
If you're buying a ticket from someone else because you guys don't have tickets like we do,
Yeah.
don't get
Marketplace.
scammed, you guys. Be careful. Because I bought this one online and I went up and tapped the thing. It wasn't working, and they literally just said it was an Arby's coupon. Like, it's just for beef.
Sitting in the artist section watching Justin Bieber and someone ripped my hair out.
I'm just exhausted from posting so much for the brands. Like, I had to post on my story.
What is happening right now?
Yeah, same. Look.
that is all of TikTok
And
during
like, you guys, the
Coachella. I'm not
best
even
need to
kidding.
put their
Oh
app
my
on the photo.
They're like asking you to tag them.
Yeah.
What are they
Oh
giving?
my God, there's more.
Yeah.
I have more here. This is
Today, because I have to clean my house. Guys, I'm literally shaking right now because I'm gonna try this drink. The fact it's cold is making me nervous. Oh, I'm literally shaking. Okay. Did it just blow up?
Hey guys, today I'm gonna be taking the cookies out of the oven. Oh my gosh, it's in it. Oh my gosh, the cookies are baked. You guys, look. I'm so scared. I'm really scared.
I just got this new pool and I'm like kind of scared it's gonna get me wet. So I'm like freaking out right now. Let's just try it. Oh my gosh. It's actually wet, you guys. Okay, guys, this whole pool is gonna be linked in my shop. All the way in. Oh my gosh. It's actually really deep.
Wow.
I'm gonna be unboxing a box from Amazon. I know, crazy, you guys. I've never unboxed a box before. I ordered lemons. I'm so scared though, because I don't know what to expect. Oh my gosh, what is it gonna be? Oh my gosh, my lemons. I'm like a little nervous of the color of the lemon.
all right. This is very. Here's what's
That was
crazy.
hard to watch, Chris.
No, but that's every single
That's every
influencer
TikTok.
on
That's
TikTok.
easier to
every
watch
single
than
influencer on
actual
TikTok.
Right.
They have the same voice, the same inflection, the same actually. I'm literally like it's every single influencer on TikTok. Now, like if you're going back to like CinemaCon, and I think that influencers, honestly, this is my personal take. I think that influencers shouldn't be allowed like interviewing celebrities on red carpets or doing like movie interviews, because I think that like because influencers were included in that, actual journalists have had to sort of like change the way they the way they interview celebrities. If you go back and look at interviews with celebrities for the movie, they focus on the movie. Now they sort of like focus on different things that don't have anything to
They
do
play
with the
games.
movie.
Like
Yep.
social
They really
stuff.
don't.
Is it
Like
even
there's
working?
in-depth interviews from journalists or from movie critics or whatever who are interviewing all of these celebrities about the movie. They get really deep into their process and everything. Now you see all of the interviews with celebrities that have to do with the movie, and it's nothing like that anymore. You don't
Well, I think
get
you made
those
a good point that
in-depth
it's-
interviews anymore. And I think that bringing influencers into that space has changed the way critics and journalists have had to interview celebrities, because they want to go for that soundbite. They want that virality of it. And so it's
But
completely
mainstream
changed the
media does
landscape.
that though. too. So it's like,
Right.
I think influencers, though, you can see the inauthenticity, like you said. Like it's, you're not going to convince me the Mando and Grogu movie looks good by how much you. I know, like they try, but I think people can tell that you're just putting on you're just fake, and it's not genuine.
But
And like you said, authenticity is currency.
project?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is Chris and I have talked about doing press junkets and realizing that nobody watches press junket interviews.
They don't. They don't.
Right.
I mean, we do interviews with filmmakers, but that's different than a junket. But I'll say this: when we were at CinemaCon, someone who is a critic in the space, who you would know, talked to Disney directly and confronted them because he didn't get some kind of access, but influencers did, and he was told they prioritize influencers over critics.
Yep.
They, I believe, are easier to control. So I'm just telling you, and it's
very true, though. It's very true. They are easier to control because they're just everyday people. And oh my God, are you kidding? Disney is contacting me. They want me to help them with their stuff. I'm just an everyday person in my house. They're absolutely easier to control.
Yeah. And the beauty is you don't have to pay them. You pay them with access.
Right.
These influencers.
Yeah, it's the cheapest form of propaganda, right?
Right. And
well,
then they know that if
you got to play the studio game if you want to keep the job going.
Right.
Right.
And we know a lot of SHILLS who have no problem selling their ass because we see them do it every fucking day. So I mean, again, like who do you invite? Like again, the SHILLS are SHILLS and the critics are garbage. So you might as well.
You don't invite anybody. Yeah, I think that's kind of the point. Don't invite anybody if they want to show up to CinemaCon. Like you guys said, it's for movie theater owners. It's not really for like a presentation for. But I mean, if they're putting on a presentation, the media outlets are going to show up, right? But they should pay their own way or get their media credentials or whatever and go about it that way. Nobody should be invited by Disney. All right. No critic, no influencer, nobody should be invited by a studio and get, free badges and free hotel and whatever else they gave them, flights, who knows. Nobody should be getting that from a studio. The studios should say, hey, if you want to show up, you're going to come in as media, you're going to apply for your credentials, and you're going to go about it that way. That's how the influencers and the critics should be coming through. Nobody should get invited.
So just to be clear, it's not CinemaCon that's inviting people, right? It's the studios.
Correct. Yeah. So the studios invited, because to be clear, anyone can go to CinemaCon. You can buy a badge or submit as press. Okay.
Right. And I think the $1,400 price point separates, the true theater owner versus someone who just wants to go and have access to these things.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
You've got it. I mean, look, should influencers be allowed to go? Sure, if they cough up the $1,400.
Yeah.
I mean, Gary, right? Gary bought his own ticket.
Well, he ended up.
I mean, he didn't go, but he bought his own ticket.
No, but he understood the value of, was it worth $1,400? Was he going to get $1,400 worth of content out of CinemaCon?
Yeah,
ultimately, that's the question.
He did not pull the trigger.
Oh, he didn't.
I was
okay.
there. He didn't go. He was going to go, but he didn't. So there you go.
Yeah, but I mean, there's people that go, like Campia. I think he had a whole live stream going every night. And that's fine. I mean, if you're a media person and you want to go, that's fine. But nobody should be invited to go. Hey, on behalf of Disney, you are invited to come to CinemaCon and make sure you cheer for all of our movies and make a big hoopla in the theater. And it's like, wait a minute, what is this? All right. Well, again, that inauthenticity is going to sink these influencers as just like it's sinking the critics.
Letting you know
by business standard, you see this with pretty much everything out there. There's all kinds of different influencers. It's cheaper for them to pay them with access or to send them free stuff. It's cheaper for the studios to do that than to put a lot of money in advertising.
And if you want to keep coming back, you better
it's cheaper for them to do that from a business perspective. That's why you see so many influencers growing, and in all the different fields. Like there's all these different kinds of influencers in all different aspects of whatever. It's not just movies. There's different ones everywhere. And it's proven to be cheaper to either pay these influencers or send them free stuff or give them access or whatever than actual advertising, because they do the advertising for you to their however many followers they have.
Yeah, this was especially true for the Star Wars hotel. They would invite all these Disney influencers into the hotel, and they told them what they needed to say, what they needed to show. It was all Disney scripting, and it all had to be positive because hey, we're letting you stay at our brand new hotel. You could be spending thousands of dollars, but no, you're staying for free, and so you play our game.
And to be clear, it is what it is. It's a free market. And this is no different than finding out here are the rules, but you can still go out and canvass and collect, say, votes, like ballots from people in seniors' homes. You're getting around the rules. You're following the rules. You're kind of getting around it. We're going to invite influencers, put them up in hotel. Of course, they're going to be glad because you will not get invited again. Alan and I, to be clear, we are on the list. We are the last. We will see Mandalorian and Grogu about 2 days before it opens, and that's it. So we're on whatever the bottom tier press list is. There's Alan, and I'm right behind him.
Sorry, I think it's the other way around.
But also the Star Wars hotel closed. Even with all that, trying to get the influences
because it was in
there.
Right.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
I think there's a lot of things that contributed to that failure. Like just the initial launch video of that just was completely memed on. The price, the room, the value, everything that you were getting when you went to that hotel, everything was against it.
Yes,
right.
I
and
think
also,
everyone can see that though. And an influencer telling you what you're like, don't believe your lying eyes. Don't believe your eyes. Believe what I tell you. Like, no, people are smarter than I guess these studios give them credit for, because we can see that you're just this used car salesman. And
remember Rings of Power? That's my girl. And then that same bitch was like, no, I'm watching House of the Dragon right now. I'll watch Rings of Power at some point. They don't watch. Their fucking fans don't watch. This has been the argument from the beginning, is all these people talking about it bounce off, and then we're left with Luke Skywalker on fucking Green Milk Titty Island. Thanks, guys.
You're starting to see the same thing with influencers going to the set of the new HBO Harry Potter thing, and the different influencers that they're inviting on there. Some of them that I actually follow on TikTok and Instagram, and I'm like, she got invited? Like, she's literally known for crying over everything. Like, really?
But now you can't trust her opinion or whatever she says about it.
That's the point. Yeah.
Right. Authenticity is the future, man. People can pick up on it. And that's the thing, is all these fake people will eventually wear out their welcome. People will be over it and they'll quit listening to what they have to say. And the people who are for real will rise to the top.
But you guys have you have to remember too, man, like this is costing the studios nothing.
Exactly.
They're losing nothing by inviting these people.
Exactly.
So they're going to keep doing it. They're not going to stop inviting them, because at worst, nothing happens and they lose no money. At best, they actually influence the people watching them and they go watch their movie or TV show or whatever. So this costs the studio nothing. No,
the beauty industry learned that in 2016. Like, they learned that there's value in influencer marketing. A brand grew to $1 billion business in less than a year due to influencer marketing. They learned that a long time ago. So they've been slowly feeding into the influencer marketing in different aspects of business.
Yeah, but what you're showing is that it works for certain products and not for others. Makeup that you can demonstrate on a video is much different than a movie.
Yeah, exactly. You could tell me, because the proof of the pudding is in the eating. If these shills are out there praising this movie, oh my God, this is the best experience, blah blah blah, and then all right, cool, let me go and watch the movie, and I'm sitting here like, what movie is this? Instantly, that shill just lost all of their influence, because I went and saw it. I trusted you. I went and watched the movie. I paid money out of my pocket to go watch a movie that you said was great, and now, this was utter garbage. Okay, now I no longer trust this influencer, or my trust level has dropped. And the more they do that, it's exactly what we're seeing with the critics, because now everybody looks at the Rotten Tomato critics and they laugh at them. It's like, these guys guys have no idea what I'm going to like. So
it's like that time Chris suggested The Coffee Table as a movie I should see.
Well, because at the end of the day, the product is going to have to be released to the public, and they're going to have to experience it and see were they just selling me a used a lemon, or was it actually true what they were saying? Did I have a good time? And then if not, they lost that trust, then that goodwill.